Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Confessions 369. It's your girl Celeste here. And today we have an open panel. We're going to talk about what's on your mind and go from there. I'm waiting for a couple of more people to jump in. So we just gonna vibe out and see who pops in today. Normally I start at 7:30, but today I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and start at 7. Been having a lot of stuff going on. Thought I had a client coming through to get their hair done, but you know how that goes. They flaked. Usual stuff. At least give the courtesy, at least call and cancel your appointment, stuff like that. Don't be like thinking your hairstyle is going to be waiting on you hand and foot because we don't, because somebody else could have had that slot. Somebody else could have had that slot. Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, sis. How's everything going?
Good.
Let's talk about what's going on your side of everything. I've been hearing good things.
Yeah, just making
You're
clients.
excited?
Yeah, very.
I know, I would be too.
How's everything with you?
Everything's been going good with me. As you know, I'm working on finding Waldo 3,000 piece puzzle.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so that been taking up majority of my time because I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, is this going to take me like 3 months? I'm usually done within 3 weeks and I'm looking at it and I'm like, mm, I don't know. But I do have a cool little update for everybody that I may upload tomorrow about this puzzle,
Cool.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there was some topics that Miso wanted to discuss. I was trying to wait for him to log back in so that way we can get going on that.
Okay, cool.
That's the link. If anybody want to come in and join the panel today, you're more than welcome to come and say what's on your mind, or just join the conversation. It's good to meet new people. It's good to network also. So, hey, we're here for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm sitting here trying to multitask. So, it's been a lot of chatter about, you know, slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Miso wanted to, express his thoughts and, on that subject. And, I do have questions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, men are always late. They talk about how women are late. Let's get into that real quick. Men be later than women most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it take us a long time to get dressed. Nowadays, it's taking y'all longer to get dressed. What's really good, you know? I be trying to stay away from the relationship talks and stuff like that. But hey, it's open panel. It's whatever's on our mind. So let's talk about it. You feel me? Like, I
Yeah,
actually had
definitely.
an ex like apologize to me not too long ago, and I was like, oh, okay. I love when I see people take accountability and stuff like that. Like I respect that. You feel me?
Mhm. Me too. You gotta respect somebody who can.
Exactly, because you can always grow and move forward. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mhm.
not wondering shoulda, coulda, woulda. What did I did wrong? Why did he do this? Why did she did that? You know why he didn't even come and apologize or why she didn't apologize. We ain't got time for all of that shit. Like
Right.
keep it straightforward. Like I love straightforwardness.
Mhm. Me too. I mean, as an adult, there really is never no reason to lie or not want to tell the truth because it's like, what's the worst that could happen?
Exactly.
Can't nobody beat you or nothing.
That part. I was watching these. I don't know if you checked out the debates on Jubilee.
Not recently.
There were some good debates on there, and
The latest
she
one.
did her thing. I think it was Amanda Seal. I want to say, Miso know more about it, but I did check it out, and I was like, OMG! I ain't believe people with of color like still thought like that. Like I was like, wow. Sitting here, you know, rolling my little stress reliever.
Mhm.
How is the weather out there?
It's nice. It was raining today, but yesterday it
Hmm,
was really warm, and tomorrow it's probably going to warm back up again.
that's good. Hmm. We can use some rain in Vegas,
Yeah, I'm sure.
but I don't know if that's a good thing because it might make it hotter.
Right. That humidity be crazy once the rain show up and it still be hot.
Exactly. Trying to see what the word is. He probably lost track of time.
Yeah. Or
We don't
he.
want to have to get in time management.
Mhm.
But women, we multitask well, don't we?
Literally. It'd be like, what choice do we have?
Right.
We got one, especially if you got multiple kids and you got to keep them all, in line and everything.
Exactly. And then the different personalities of the kids and stuff like that. I was just telling my daughter, I was like, man, the way we was getting disciplined back in the day was way different from the way y'all get disciplined now.
Mhm. Definitely.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up, Miso?
Mm, same old. What's on? What y'all talking about? How y'all doing? What's going on?
We good. We was talking about how tardy you are to the party.
Party to the party.
Mm, sorry for my.
It's okay, bro.
Yeah, what's going
How
on? Week. What y'all been seeing in what's going on with y'all this week? What y'all been seeing on the news that caught y'all attention?
Well, you can actually go first because I heard that you had some things you wanted to talk about for.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to put the banner up.
Mm, yeah, please. After. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, basically, the president this week he made a tweet where he was saying he was going to go to the museum and he was going to take out a lot of the unnecessary, histories about slavery and this and that from being taught. I mean, from being shown in these museums, and he was going to change it in the schools. So it's certain things that won't be taught in the future if he's allowed to let these places go through. So my question is, how do y'all feel about um, how do you feel about the government affecting the education in that way?
I feel like low key they already affect education because they're already making laws to where you can't go to certain schools if you don't have if you're not vaccinated and all that kind of stuff.
So they're already limiting people from education, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But
Hmm.
why do you think they don't want people to learn about slavery?
Well, first of all, we already know that half of what they teach us is erroneous anyway.
I mean, yeah, we know something, but what about the kids? What do a kid in first grade know about slavery right now? Have they been taught? So in the future, if we don't have a correct curriculum that have an accurate depiction of slavery in it, um, how how would them kids in the future be? Some kids don't even know cursive now.
Exactly, and that's
Well,
why
yeah.
it's people got to come to the realization that in school they could never cover everything that they would need to cover with a child in order for them to really, excel in the real world after school. Because school is set up just for you to get to the next grade and then to get your diploma. It's not for you to really be able to, survive in the world after you're done with graduation. It's on the parents to make sure that we're putting in the extra work that it takes to, fill in the gaps that is left behind by school.
Right. I mean, they already took some religion out of school, right? So, I mean, what else? What else can they strip away?
Religion was never a part of school.
It
Uh,
was when you had to say, well, technically it wasn't, but then in a way it was.
I mean, they never taught you about Jesus in the curriculum. Like they didn't pull out the Bible and have you studying the Bible.
Yeah, but they had you celebrating the holidays. They had you making angels for trees. They had you celebrating Thanksgiving. They had you giving thanks and other stuff that people look at as
It's religious.
part of their religion, part of their culture, or however they want to swing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't,
See, but that's weird to me. It's like, okay, we in America, right? So
Mhm.
America has its own national holidays. It's a national holiday that the government agreed upon. So it's like when you in Rome, they got their own national holidays. Some of these places, it's a place. Where is it? Where they release the bulls? People be getting chased by bulls and stuff all in the street. Like that's a holiday. That's
Mhm.
a celebration for them. So it's like if we go to their country, you got to abide by that. When you in Rome, do as the Romans. So this is America. We are very free. You're free. This country was founded on being free. Free to practice whatever religion you wanted to practice. Free,
Mhm.
you know.
okay. So to get back on slavery, like when we talk about different outlooks on slavery, we already know like some people feel like, okay, that was in the past. We need to move forward from that. Our families are doing better. We're getting paid now for labor and things like that. And then you have other people like, yeah, that is in the past, but people still have trauma from that and they're hollering for reparations.
Yeah, that's my favorite question right there because that's where you see how ignorant people can be. Um, my thing is, slavery was for 400 years. Um, and you got when you look at slavery, you got to look at the institutions that was a part of it. One of okay, for instance, they had slave farms. I mean, they had breeding farms where they would breed people like they was horses. So
Right.
what is that doing? That's messing with your DNA. What does DNA affect? Every child that you have after it's affected. Everybody is getting that DNA affected everybody. Another
Exactly.
slavery, they raped us, raped the women, they raped the men, they bucked the men. You know what I mean? Disgusting, nasty,
Mhm.
filthy. You know, so I understand why they want to erase this from history because it shows that they're the inhumanity of the white people, the white people's ancestors per se, quotations. You know what I mean? Because it was bigger than that. This wasn't about white people. It was about the government. So they making it seem like we just trying to blame white people. No, we blaming the American government because they were the ones who enforced the laws that enforced slavery, and overall, the country benefited off of slavery and the no wages that we got paid. So it's like it's 150 million ways we can get reparations. One, we can get money from the companies that was profiting off of that was big and profiting off of slavery that existed during that time that still exists today. One of them being Johnson and Johnson. That's a multi-billion-dollar company. They can pay us. They can pay people a portion of reparations. You know what I mean? That's a part of the thing. So it's like it's they acting like we asking for
But
them.
you feel like they should pay people part they should pay part of reparations on top of the people they have to pay that they products gave ovarian cancer to.
That's them two separate issues. Two separate, yeah, we can't conflate them because then we confusing what's actually owed to black people, then what's owed to a group of individuals. That's
And
two.
that's the thing. They never can have our stuff separate. It always have to be
Linking it
combined with a
together.
whole bunch of other groups and stuff like that. But we do have a question. Do you think slavery will come back?
No,
Look,
no.
that,
Man, I think what about the robots? Do you think they're gonna are they gonna pay the robots?
It'll be
No.
on
Pay
top
them
of
for what?
reparations,
They built them
look,
so they work for free.
on top of there's
Is
another
that a form of
conversation.
slavery?
Definitely. They
Look,
have
AI
that's
slavery.
slavery really never really left. They just changed the face of it.
Hey Nina, answer that question. Do you think slavery can come back?
I think slavery never left. I feel like we all are enslaved. As long as you have to go to a 9 to 5 and work a job that you can't
yeah,
freaking, do anything without except for, live on the street and be treated like dirt, that's a form of slavery. Because you,
yeah.
Um,
And
and
going
it's
What's up,
also,
Northside? What's going on?
and going back to the reparation question, there's more than just the reparation question. There's another conversation on the same side of the reparation question. You know what I mean? That's the question of you know, the people who claim that they're Aboriginal that they was already here. You know what I mean? There's payment that's due to them too. You know what I mean?
for what
So the thing
uh
for it is,
what difference can you explain what is that? So you saying that Aboriginal should be getting two payments instead of one?
no, what I'm saying is this. there's two conversations. A lot of the shit that they be saying is that the black people from Africa to take away from us being from here. You know what I mean? You can't claim. You know what I mean?
I don't think that they even. I don't think that they affect each other
Oh yeah,
because what happened is them people came here. If there was any, it was people here. They got enslaved, so they became slaves, right? And then on top of that, they was importing. They imported people from West Africa, so it was two group of Africans getting enslaved.
we keep
But
on using this
with
term African like everybody use that shit.
but
That's
this
that
another thing.
of a
The
conjured
people
people.
here they was traveling back and forth from America to Africa. So these are a group of people that knew of each other. They wasn't like they didn't know each other. They was related. So whether you say they was aboriginal to America or not, I think that they still the same group of people.
They ain't the same people. You know what I mean? They ain't the same people.
What is that?
They something else. They ain't the same people.
Yeah.
The,
What
Sometimes people will tell you they something else. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh no, we don't identify as the what they call Black Americans and things like that," but they have a lot of input or a lot of things to say about Black Americans.
yeah, I get that. I'm talking about like what is the proof? Like I understand like a lot of the people.
well, you just get all that. Yeah, there's proof.
I think
People
he's checking his audio. I think
people romanticize the history that they've already given. You know what I mean? So when they get new information, they ain't open to shit. You know what I mean? And I ain't no slave. And I was never a slave. My people wasn't no slave. We're more like pri-
Wow.
prisoners of war.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, people try to people can paint it. It's not about painting it, but you can say that yeah, it was a prisoner of war. People was kidnapped. But
Perspective is king.
prisoners of war, they was
Perspective
first
is
was
king.
forced.
You take a few words out of a sentence, mix it around. It's a different sentence.
So what did them prisoners do? In the plantation?
You said what?
I said, what did those prisoners of war do in those plantations? Do the word change what they actually the lives that they experienced?
Well, it paint. Yeah, the words the people paint them with do change what they are. You know what I mean? It takes away from shit. I mean, or it adds to shit. We can't act like words do.
What I'm saying is, if you whether you call him a slave or you can take that out and call him a prisoner of war, does it change how the Europe?
Does it what?
Did you hear me?
I didn't hear that last part.
I said whether you called them a slave or a prisoner of war, did that change how the Europeans of America
It
treated
don't.
them?
It don't matter. It doesn't matter how we treat ourselves. That word could tell you more about yourself than you know what I mean. That shit.
it's that saying they say, "If you know better, you do better," right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're talking about the resiliency of being black, the resiliency and the strength of the black people that they had to endure, that they carried while they had to endure these hard times. But I'm not talking about that part. I'm not talking about how strong and good these people were. Those are our ancestors. They were amazing. I'm not trying to disrespect them. I'm not talking about that though.
So
I'm saying
overall, do you think people just want to forget about slavery, or do
yes,
you think
if they forget about the let's call it the free labor. If they forget about the free labor that black people did, then they won't have to pay us for reparations. If they forget about the free labor that we did, then they can kick us out of this. They can start deporting us like they did the other people.
But you know what? When you sit here and you think about all the movies that was produced and how they um shown how slavery was back in the day, I feel like that's documentations for people to get their reparations. Then fuck it, like why not? You got video proof now. I don't care if it was a movie or if it was, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what they saying they done. This is what they documented. This is what has been proven. You know, but once money come into play, everybody is a part of it now. You know what I'm saying?
If they give black people reparations, they would not be no nation for them to have. They wouldn't have no power. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have no strength if they really truly gave the people what they would do. You know what I mean? So they're not going to do that. They're going to beat around the bush.
Exactly.
You know, and people are going to eventually forget. That's why they.
And if they're gonna tax that too. You feel
That's why,
me?
Of
yeah.
course they are.
Look at the history.
And I feel like one of the reasons that there's this interpretation where a lot of people somehow say, "Oh, black people is the most people who be on welfare and this and that." I feel like they say that just so that they could say we're low key already getting reparations. Because if they can try to act as if all black people is getting welfare anyway, then there's your reparations right there. You're getting free food stamps and free this and free that from the government, even though we know that's not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, let's debunk the idea that it's free. We all pay taxes, so whatever we get back out of the government doing subsidies like that is what we
Or a
put in.
hardship.
Mhm.
Yeah, what we put in back. We pay taxes every day, every time we make a purchase. So
Yeah.
it's like, what are they talking about? You know, um,
But
definitely.
they do see it as niggas getting handouts. That's
Hey,
how
but
they.
look how they trick you and make you think that black and black crime is so much more rampant than everywhere, and that we so that and that we the highest percentage on welfare. They do it. This is the trick word they use per capita.
I mean, well, we know for a fact that in the places that have the least resources, they tend to fend for themselves out there. So, what do you expect a community to do when they can't even get the resources or even have a community to even build up the resources they need to help their own community to bring those statistics to where okay, yeah, we know when you're around a lot of people of your own kind, of course you're gonna have more crime or whatever they want to project in that area. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a
Well, I'm trying
I
to say,
who raised you type of situation. Like I don't know, like
I'm trying to say, when you're living in a neighborhood that's a black neighborhood, people usually commit crimes to against those in proximity of them. So I see that's what you're saying, and I agree with that. And but what I meant, let me break down this word per capita. Per capita is how they trick you to think that black people commit the most crime in America. That's how they trick you to think that black people are the most people on welfare. We're not. White people are the highest committers of crimes in this country, and they are. Is more white people in jail than black people, and all of that. The main thing that they use is per capita because we are a small percentage. They say that, okay, out of the 12% of us that are in this country, 12, 13, 14% that are in this country, 30% of us are doing this, 40, 50% of us are doing this. Out of the 60% of the white people in this country, or whatever, 50 to 60% of them that's here, 12% of them are doing this. 12% of them are doing this. But that number is still higher than the number of us doing the crime. You know what I mean? If you look at it per individual in that number, in that percentage. So it's just a play of words and how you read bars and graphs. So it's like that word per capita is a tricky word, and they
yeah,
always use that. when it comes to black on black crime.
Yeah, I think it's deeper than that too, though, too, because you got to think about it. After quote unquote slavery, when black was left with limited resources and everything, what did we do? We build and became, you know what I mean? We built and became efficient and productive. You know what I mean? Till what? Till they start fucking with us. So it's that about all that shit about, you know what I mean? Resources and the proximity and how they got people blocked off. There's also them also added fucking pressure. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So redlining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because redlining is how they do it in today's
Triggering.
era, and over policing like they're doing in DC. Yeah, the way Trump has got the Occupy DC is crazy to me. Now you got regular normal people who is in their house getting harassed by military officials. I mean, military soldiers. That's crazy. Getting arrested by a soldier. Get out of here.
And also after after quote unquote slavery, they started making like, them black codes and stuff too. You know what I mean? So they did made laws and stuff that put pressure on us. And they still doing the same thing. So it's all of that. You know what I mean? It's not just niggas being close. You know what I mean? And boxed off.
This
You know,
isn't this is going
all-
back. Let me ask you this question, bro. This is about us being indigenous to America. Like if it matters. All right. So okay, apparently Hispanic or Mexican people are indigenous to Arizona, New Mexico, like states like that.
I'm gonna
There's
tell
that's
you what happened.
indigenous.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
But look, this is what I'm saying, bro. Look, right now they're still getting deported out of that land, and that's their homeland. So does that really matter if they was even indigenous there?
If they ain't really indigenous there, then no. Because this is what happened. Like you said, black people was coming back and forth from everywhere because we was everywhere. We was coming back and forth. But you know, before they accepted it, this was all black. You know what I mean? Other people came from other places, and we allowed them to be here. We even mixed with some of them. You know what I mean? Then when the people who came to conquer came, these motherfuckers sided with them. That's what happened. So that's them motherfuckers you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I can see where you're coming from with that. That's a part of that's a history lesson. Because I know you wouldn't use the dates or the names of the people, but I know what you're talking about.
That's some skim shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But sometimes you got to break it down because the listener may not know. You
Well,
know what I mean?
this ain't just about that. So that's what it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, we go skim through it. But let me ask you this question and get back to it. Um, how bad was slavery on the scale from from your understanding? How bad was slavery? Is it something that we deserve reparations from after experiencing it?
And this is, and for sake of conversation, I'm just gonna title that and prisoners of war in that the same thing. But yeah, it was terrible. It was worse than what people think it was. You know what I mean? Um, there's no way they could give us a dollar amount for that. You know what I mean? They would just have to give us everything and get the fuck on.
And that's what they're afraid of. I just don't understand why they keep breaking it. The layman person, the layman MAGA dummy, they think that they paying us. You dummy, you ain't paying us a penny. Matter of fact, we paying ourselves back. Black
Yeah.
people spend more money in this country per year than any other group of people. So we will the
And
taxes.
yet they make it harder for us to get anything.
But think
But
about
look,
it
but
like
look,
this.
but
And yet we
look,
still do what we do.
Think
the
about it.
tax from that
Think,
money we spend every year could pay us back reparations.
but look, brother. Think about it. Everybody mad at you know black people for some shit. You know what I mean? No matter what niggas do. That sounds
Should
like
we
some
take accountability for everything we do?
that sounds like some guilt shit. I'm just keeping it real. That sounds like some attorney shit.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Man, look, y'all don't look black. A lot of black people don't take accountability. Look, this is the first thing that a criminal black person that made. Look, you know who Big U is?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a known, infamous. Well, ex. I'll say he's an ex. He don't. I don't know if he claimed to be that now, but he was a acclaimed military. I mean, kingpin, gangster. Like you know what I mean. Whatever you want to call it. And the first thing that he did when he went to jail and got caught up for some stuff, he came out, made a video. The first thing he said, "Man, they trying to get the black man, the good black man, the black man." Like made a video and acting like that. It's like, man, you've never been the good black man. Don't even act like that. Now you making it hard for the actual good black men out here who ain't doing crime. Shout out Derek, shout out me, yo side me. So we ain't doing crimes.
Hey, look. They said the same thing. They said the same thing for niggas like Diddy.
He making it harder for regular law abiding people who ain't weird. But look, this is the thing about Diddy, man. Look, I don't think he gay.
I
I
think
mean, I didn't listen to none of the trial. I don't know exactly what
Then
went
that's
on.
why you think that.
No, but the things he did was gay. The things he did was gay. But did he ever? Was he a bottom? Did any of these people ever bottom him? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if there was any reports of him being bottomed by anybody. So
don't fuck about none of that shit, nigga. I don't want to talk about that.
If you're a man and you're interested in seeing another, you know what, then that's it.
yeah, when you playing with liquid, people liquids like yeah, you gay. But
When it's
yeah,
turning you on, that's a red flag.
This nigga watching my
Exactly.
kids and doing this and yeah, he's past that limit. He passed that line.
yeah. But
But we
yeah,
say to each his own shit.
yeah. But back to reality, people like those people are messing it up for the honest, good people. One bad apple can spoil the bunch, and that's what happens in a lot of this, in a lot of situations.
And that's why a lot of different countries look at us like we're the bad seed because of what the media put push about us and what some of us are out there pushing just to get to the bag.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason they push that is because it is what they. It's how you give a dog a treat, it's rewarded. Like you know what I mean. It's a reward system based off of putting that type of content out. It's a reward system. But let me tell you about this case. I know y'all probably heard it happened in Cincinnati. Um, it was a video that showed a riot where it was like a bunch of black people beating up a couple of white people or whatever. And it was a woman that got hit. She jumped into the fight trying to do something and she got hit. And she just been all over the news trying to get these black people arrested. And when the whole story came out, the white people was kicking people cars, trying to incite violence, like trying to beat up somebody, picking on somebody, using racial.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a video that shows, you know, um, them antagonizing the other party, forcing it to become a fight. And this is all evidence. This is all things, but the news is still not giving it the proper description. They're not giving it the real story that really happened that we all can see with our eyes. So it's like
Right,
the
because
narrative.
they want to push fear. They want to push that people of color is violent. So now they can push more police, have more policing in the community. It's
Mm-hmm.
all part of the plan.
Exactly.
All the media damn near owned by the same motherfuckers, so
Mm-hmm.
It's
it,
all
it
part of the plan.
makes sense.
And when are some of us going to wake up and see the symbolism and everything and realize that all of this is part of the plan and now you're willingly participating in it because you want to turn up. That's your shit. That's your favorite artist. You want to be like them. You want to do what they do. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Do what you do.
people
Be what
nowadays are not really out here thinking for themselves. They thinking for likes, yo. Like No one has their own opinion nowadays. They just piggybacking off of somebody else, what somebody else said because I fuck with them. Like, if you don't believe in what that person is saying, say that shit.
It's the failure of the American school system.
People are told
Everything is a fashion show. Everything is a light contest. Everything
Everything is pleasure based. Everything is instant gratification. And those things
transactional.
gravitate to quickly. You know, that's the thing that people are overdoing right now. But that's human nature. These people are low on lower frequencies, and it's purposely done in this country to keep people in a consumer mind state, so we can buy. We don't never have to think. We look at an ad on the TV. It could be about burgers. Motherfucker, hungry as hell. He gonna order that burger right after he see the commercial. Oh, I'm
Right.
that motherfucker. Nigga, I'm hungry. Shit, that burger look good. You
It's a
don't never.
form of programming. You see it so many times, you gotta have it, right? You
Yeah,
gotta go buy it, right? Because it's what's new. You gotta stay in tune with everything else, right?
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But do y'all think that kids should learn about slavery in school?
it depends on how they teach it.
How should they teach it?
The truth. If they're gonna lie about it, then the parents might as well just teach the shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, fuck the school system anyway. You know what I mean? We gotta teach our kids what we think that they need to learn. We can't rely on the enemy to do. The school system was created by the banks, the same banks that got their foot on niggas' necks. You know what I mean? So they taught people what to think, not how to think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what higher education is supposed to promote.
Think
You
about it.
know,
Education is you regurgitating information.
I mean, a lot of people get their masters. In order for a lot of people to get their masters, they have to write a thesis. A thesis is something that's their original idea, thought all the way out to the end. You know what I mean? So I guess it takes a lot of education to get to the point to where you can actually freely think for yourself in the curriculum that they develop. It shouldn't take that long.
But it's thinking based off of the systems and in the boxes that they want you to think inside of. You know what I mean? Telling you how to think outside of that shit.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with learning a language like that. Just like when you learn an instrument, you learn in a language. When you learn how to drum, play the piano, that's a language that you're learning. It's a musical language, but it's a language. And it goes through mathematics and all them other things. These are all languages that you got to learn in a sense, you know, because it's formulas, So it's like, it's sort of, it's just things that you got to learn and there's levels to it. But the way that
Mhm.
our curriculum is set up, you don't really you get surface level. You get
Exactly. But there wouldn't be enough time in the year anyway for them to teach you everything that you would need to know. It's on the like I said, it's on the parents to figure out what they're learning and to either you find out that they're teaching something that's not correct, it's on you to correct it with your child. Like, I know your teacher said this, but let me explain to you, what we believe and why. Then second from that, if they are teaching them something and you feel like they only covered the surface, it's on you to do a deep dive with your child. The problem is people expect somebody who, is a stranger to your child to teach them everything.
and then teach them in a way that reflects your culture.
Exactly. They really can't do that for every single person in the class because, first of all, they got at least 30 students in their class now. And each one might be from a different background. So, how could they possibly,
It
tweak
wouldn't
every
be in their
lesson
best.
to suitably suit each kid?
It wouldn't be in their best interest to teach all the kids about their original. You know what I mean? They don't want people to feel empowered.
Exactly.
And on top of that, it's not even they don't even know because they got their own culture that they stuck in the perception of. They can't see outside of. That's how people become. To me, a racist person is only racist because they can't see outside of their own experience.
Or
Hmm.
You
Right.
know,
Ignorance is definitely plays a big part in all that.
ignorant.
so it's like it's just
Perspective too. You thinking that you're better than somebody else because of what? It don't matter what you think you better than in what way. You know what I mean? It don't make you better. Than, you know what I mean? Like
unless it's a physical thing that you can actually test. Me, it's like you fight somebody, you beat them up.
you better
Okay,
than the fighter.
you
Like,
fight.
yeah,
I got a 98 on this math test. You got a 60. I'm better than you at math. You know, it's nobody is created equal. That's one thing. But the thing that we should have equality in is fairness. Like I no matter how good I am at anything, I should be able to walk outside, go check my mail, and mind my motherfucking business. Like, you know,
So basically, you when you talk about fairness, you talking about if you steal and I steal, we should get the same time,
yeah, no matter how
regardless of anything.
yep, no matter how rich your daddy is, no matter how poor I am, it should be the same punishment, same consequence. No matter how black I am, no matter how light you is, it should be the same consequence.
but justice can be brought in some cases. You know,
Because it's all on what you can prove. Get you a good attorney. That
You know what one of my favorite phrases is? It is no justice in life, but it's definitely justice in death.
oh yeah, for sure.
Death is the only fair thing there is out here because everybody die. Yeah, so, better live.
Speaking of that, you know that movie Alien? I don't know if y'all checked that out, Alien on Earth or whatever. I don't
yeah.
know if I asked this before, but like if you were to like die of natural like causes or something like that, and before you go, you had your consciousness transferred into like a artificial or a synthetic body, would you do it?
I don't. I want to be made of something from the earth. Some natural shit. I don't want to be made out of no fake shit. So I would.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. If they could put me inside of like a dragon, some sort of animal that was like if it was a human type of body, the most beautiful body that they can make. I want to be buff. You know what I mean? Put all the upgrades on that shit. I want all the upgrades. If I'm gonna do it, I gotta be graded.
You
you
know.
said you said you got to have the best quality of everything because you're
Yeah,
gonna be stuck in there.
the main thing that I probably the reason I wouldn't do it is because you ain't gonna be able to feel anything. You ain't gonna unless they can connect my senses where I can get all of my five senses.
Well, they can connect. I think they have this thing where they can heighten the human senses, but I don't know if it's still going to be like smell, taste. You know what I'm saying? Maybe to the touch, maybe the sensation of touch.
I
Yeah, I mean,
wouldn't, because what if you lose your spot in heaven because you did that? You know what I'm saying? Like if you was gonna, like go to the next phase and then you don't come, it's like, oh well, to the next person.
you're not going to heaven once you do that. That's
Exactly.
when to get to heaven is when you do that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, so you
they
definitely,
say Satan deal with technology.
yeah, like, yeah, damn, you're not going
But
to.
people feel like you can take the consciousness without messing with, like they still have the soul, right?
This is what I want to ask y'all.
But it's
Okay,
gonna be
say
corrupted.
we made a song. Say we made a
It's
song.
not the same because you're not coming in complete, right?
It
No,
seems
but
like you just picked a different path. Like, nigga, I'm going this way. Fuck you, guy. Like,
You
Fuck
going to hell.
that.
Well, and you
I'm
and
going
you
my own direction.
guess what? You gonna run out your battery, need a repair, and die.
You're gonna say fuck you. Remember when you said you ain't need me, you got it? All right.
Yeah, like,
Right.
You ain't trust me when I said you're gonna be good in the next afterlife, right?
Well, a lot of people is out here playing like they the creator. So
yeah, but you gotta have the sensations. They ain't gonna have the sensations because you consciousness. Now they put your consciousness in the computer. You ain't gonna have no sensations.
right.
I
Is
wouldn't
what
want.
they call consciousness, or is it just uploaded memories?
It's like
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like data, like a copy of data.
Yeah, like code.
It might not even be you. Hey, but bro, listen to this. This is a question. Say they clone you.
Yeah,
You as a clone, right? If you kill your clone, is that like killing a real person or no? Will that person, will the clone go to hell or go to heaven? Do a clone have a soul?
I wouldn't
No.
kill my clone. I would try to work with it. But unless it's like corrupted and they got it brainwashed, then that thing got to go.
Yeah. Hey, if I had a clone, I'll be having like 4 or 5 of them. They'll be having 4 or 5 different jobs.
Well, let me just tell you this. If I'm a business person and I created your clone, I will have a tracker in each and every single last one. There will be a scanning code or something.
And a
They better
kill
not put
switch.
nothing on my damn. I better not put nothing on my motherfucking clone.
We
I
are
want him.
not doing clones on Leeway.
Wait, look,
Everything must be paid in full.
Nobody put
you
his
paying
touch my.
with my DNA you took without fucking asking. Like,
I'm gonna be like shit. Nigga, I'm the
clone me
clone.
and
I
then
can't
make
do
it. You gonna be mad because I want for I'm taking advantage of it. Hell no.
Yeah, but that clone might not go to heaven, and it might not go because
That
God didn't.
clone might turn on your ass.
God didn't invent that. That clone is an evil.
It's an
Might
empty
have
vessel.
evil thoughts.
Okay, let's do it like this. What if you was in a world where going outside could harm you, but your clone would be able to go outside, get all your household items, whatever you need to survive, and bring it back to you.
I wouldn't do it because the clone would be like, "What the fuck? I need this nigga for?"
Yeah. Now I'm the fucking.
A liability. I might as well take him out. Nobody will know.
Yeah, I can
Live
live
his
free.
life.
But it's
All
like your clone can be like imprinted on you. Like I don't want to say like wolves or anything like that, but like a neural link.
But who's in control of that company that owns that Neuralink?
Elon Musk.
I mean, well, what if you have like 70% control and the company have 30% control?
But
Nah,
the
never
nigga
with
who
no.
got 30% control is a tech nigga. Is he a tech nigga? All right. Am I the money nigga and the nigga who got 30% control the tech nigga?
No control.
30% control is the person that actually created the data. And you
Well,
got it's
yeah, I wouldn't trust
like
it.
a VR situation, like you can control your avatar through your goggles, through
Yeah.
your headset.
I wouldn't do none of
What if
that.
you can control your clone through your headset? And when you take your headset off, your clone sit down or turn off or
I
But I see
wouldn't
what
do it.
I'll do.
idle. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
lag. I don't know. Shit.
Hey, look, the person who got 30% control, he did the tech work. So he low key got ultimate control of all of them robots.
No,
Exactly. Because
not
I
that.
mean, at the
It's
any
like
moment he could hit a switch and make them do whatever he want them to do. He got the override code.
no, it's not like that. It's like remember the movie Avatar? How he was a human, but then he went into that machine, he laid down and he picked up the avatar body. He became that blue thing.
No, but you
Yeah.
saying
Like
your
a
clone.
neural link. Like
Yeah, he was moving around with that, and then he can come out of it whenever he wanted. But he couldn't live on that planet as a human, like under those conditions or something. I don't know. He wasn't on the planet as a human though. He was somewhere else.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what you talking about? I thought you said you just had a clone that went to did everything for you.
Oh, I'm just saying that the technology, she describing that type of technology with the question that she was asking. what I'm saying? That's what you were trying to say. The type of technology.
You don't tell her what you was trying to say.
No, that's what she said.
That
And
what
then
you
I was
said?
like, oh, what did you saying that type of technology?
Huh?
What did you saying that type of technology? If you can use that type of technology and have a clone to go out and live your life, like live,
I
and you can't.
plead the fifth because I just fucking forgot what I was talking about. No, but like the neural link, like
Like the clone could do what you think. Like you think what you think, and the clone do.
yes.
The avatar shit.
That's different. He was
No,
inside. His consciousness was inside the avatar.
But that would be too much brain power on the regular human, wouldn't it? Because they barely use, you know,
us.
majority of their brain as it is.
He could have
So
figured out how to use more of it. You
my
know.
clone would be high as hell. I ain't gonna even lie. If I had one, my clone would just to be like, "Oh, gotta go to the dispensary."
Uh, You're like, my clone will be the responsible one. You know what I mean? I'm just playing.
I don't know.
I'll let my clone be do responsible
Uh,
shit.
Great
But
talking.
I don't know. Did y'all check out any of those debates on Jubilee?
No, I haven't.
Because they touched on a lot of stuff that we just touched on.
Yeah, but I'm gonna step out for a bit. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. It's always good talking to y'all.
Love you too, bro. Good
Yeah,
night.
love you too. Have a good night. Later.
Like, bro.
Later.
I'm sorry, you guys, to change the subject, but did you guys hear that supposedly, I don't know how true it is, Trump may be considering changing the school year to be in only a 6 month period?
Oh, that's interesting.
What, this year or just in general? Or
No, at some
next year?
point.
I
So,
don't know.
what are they going to have planned for? Like, are they going to have more community centers opening up? Are they
Mm,
going to have
you
more
know they're
free
not.
activities being, facilitated for kids, like camps and,
And the,
things like that, work programs or, you know?
it's probably to cut. It's probably to save money. It's probably to save money.
I'm sure it is. He claimed it, well, from what I was, picking up, supposedly it would be because he feels as if it's even true, that children should, learn more in the real world than they could ever learn in school.
Oh, so he's saying learn by experience, not by a book.
Yeah.
Oh, like anime characters do. Like they send their
Hmm.
kid off into the world when they're like 10 years.
So what is he gonna learn? Are they gonna be teaching kids how to work on their chi or something? Like they're gonna teach them how to do
I don't know what they're gonna
alchemy?
do.
Like what are they gonna be? They're gonna get them more involved in nature. They're gonna let them explore more. They're gonna let them adventure out.
They probably want them more vulnerable.
Yeah, I have no idea what their
I
plan
don't
would
know.
be
They
to
they they,
replace
they just
schooling, but
weird. The government is weird to me. You know what I mean? I don't know what their reasons be for what they do. I just know we can't trust them people up at the top
it's
on
never,
either side.
one is never for our benefit.
Right.
Yeah, we can't trust them. But I mean, it may be good, it may be bad. I don't know. It's all about how we use it and take it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. For some people, it'll be, cool. For some people, it ain't gonna make no difference because like if you homeschool anyway, then it don't matter. But I know some people do need to have their kids in school during school hours because they, specifically set their job up, to where that it worked out that way and stuff like that. But
Right. And I
mm,
know not every state have like 24-hour child care and stuff like that. So
It will
that's
probably.
interesting. Y'all heard about them ice cream trucks picking up kids and stuff in Virginia?
yes, I
I did
heard it's
hear about
crazy.
that. It's weird for ice cream trucks to be running at night anyway.
Yes, very weird.
You know, who you looking for outside? Like
Mm-hmm.
the crackhead, the kid.
Right. That's just sus anyway. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's just, yeah. Leave our kids alone, man. Let them have fun. Let them be kids. Let them grow up to be wonderful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But there was also apparently it was in Virginia. I think this was the same thing was in Virginia where like it was like 30, 32 kids, 35 kids went missing overnight.
Mm.
wow.
Yeah, it was in like a state or something like that. I
Wow.
think it was Virginia too, if I'm not mistaken.
Our next roles of politicians and stuff like that. This one lady had did a TikTok where she was saying that all the kids that come up missing and stuff, somehow they it seemed like they turn up to be like politicians with a different name and everything like that. And I was like, oh, that looked like some research needs to be done on that. But like, that's an interesting
Theory.
theory. Yeah.
I could see, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, I'm gonna be honest. There was this story of this little girl, you know what I mean, who went missing. You know what I mean? And there was this quote unquote. I ain't gonna say the name of the republic. I forgot the name of them, but it was the Democrat. It was a Democrat. It was a Democrat. Two Democrats was looked at. The description of the people who looked like they took her was two Democrats. You know what I mean? And this particular girl looked like she showed up like years later. Actually, a few years ago, as like one of the people in the background. I don't know if they be doing something with the speech or like you know what I mean. Like I don't know if they be
Like
like
an interpreter or something.
one of them, somebody who be in the background doing some shit like that. You know what I mean? Because the girl had unique eyes or something. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Looked like her with the same eyes and everything.
Mm. See, that's just
Wow.
And one of the Democrats it was that Podesto dude was one of the Democrats.
Mm.
Remember him? He got caught up in that. It was right before that Hillary Clinton email scandal shit. It was low key connected to that. He had
oh.
he had like a dirty
Yeah, I
picture.
don't stay too caught up on that on too much politics
So it was like
like
some years
that
ago.
where
It was like some years ago.
Yeah, I don't. Truth is stranger than fiction. I don't put nothing past these people at this point.
Yeah,
right.
like it's all the stage, and all of these people is actors. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
why
they
you can
are.
see why so many actors and entertainers enter into politics and stuff like that, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like a damn.
Especially how you got a lot of the old school people coming back up. I guess they trying to bring the wheel back together. I don't know. But I mean it's cool. They're like, oh, we gotta come out of retirement to keep this shit together.
Maybe they do.
How y'all
Maybe
feel about things that's happening in Florida? I hear Florida is like
what's going on in Florida?
people expecting aliens to come and visit them, I guess.
Oh yeah, they did say the aliens supposed to come in Florida, in, what, November or before November or something like that. Well, they was already here.
Right.
Boy, if they come where I'm at, they better bring me a freaking Christmas present. So now,
Like, Christmas coming early.
They'll be like, "Nigga, you got some nerve."
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just something to watch. You know what I mean? I do
Yeah.
remember having dreams of, you know what I mean, motherfuckers just, it seemed like motherfuckers just disappeared
Right.
off this motherfucker.
People shouldn't be in fear. People should just
Live life.
listen.
Live life. You know what I mean? If you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is.
right.
It is what it is. If you live life like that, shit don't matter.
Yep. Aliens won't make it out of Florida.
Thanks for the comment, Miss Brooks. And you're probably right.
Right. Like
Florida
if
is
they
on crack.
land in Florida, Memphis, Baltimore, what, Detroit?
What about it?
You see the
The
comment?
aliens won't make it out.
Why not? These aliens got
them
all the
them
big.
them youngsters out there is on one. We don't even like using the word YN, but they be on one. Like I be like, every time I turn on my TV, it's something happening in the Midwest, and I'm like, what the fuck are they drinking out there?
It ain't compared to the shit them aliens could do. Them aliens making it out safely.
All right. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, I forgot Texas. Houston, like they be lit out there, I hear. Shit, like they really be on one, like, and everybody think Vegas bad. Come on now. Let's be real.
Yeah, that shit might be Project Blue Beam. Them aliens already here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they is coming to do some shit, these motherfuckers ain't doing shit. These niggas scared of Russia. You know what I mean? Americans scared of Russia.
What they say, you fuck around and find out. I guess they'll find out before me because I don't fuck around.
Yeah, some people just be talking nonsense. There's a ghetto everywhere. You know what I mean?
Said there's a ghetto everywhere.
Yeah. What do people in Vegas not having a basement got to do with anything? That don't mean shit. Next topic.
Man, that's all I had. Shoot.
Me too. We've been on
I
for
was just to jump back into my puzzle for real, because I got to do an update tomorrow on the puzzle. So everybody stay tuned for that. What y'all got going on?
not much. About to call it a night. Shoot, we had a very long day.
Exactly. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you check out everyone's content. New Nina on Facebook, BBO side always, producing and making shit. So make sure y'all check out his Insta and all of that. Check me out on YouTube as always and TikTok. Look for those updates. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep it up and let's talk about what's on your mind.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.